I follow suit and walk alongside Carl.
Can't wait till I get my licensing car. I mentioned that already, right? Route
Well,
65 is like 3 miles away.
you can get your fetlocks toned and ready for the dance floor, though. I see Carl's posture stiffen at at that prospect. His bright green eyes looking to the asphalt beneath us.
You don't actually think there's gonna be dancing, is there? Like the movies and shit?
I shrug. Something I've been doing a lot this night. Growing up in a town of less than 60 people has made what looks like a conventional teenage experience on TV seem utterly foreign. The closest our group of friends had to such were birthday parties with just the six of us and our folks. Leo's dad let us drink a can of beer once. A beer of can. It's just like a beer of distilled can. I always imagined high school parties were just a bunch of kids sitting on couches and smoking weed. But this is Echo, so. Myth? Did your internet cut out again?
No, sorry. I just had to get something. I need to blow my nose.
Ah, sweet. Okay, sounds good.
Meth?
Do you think TJ would go to a party where everyone smoked meth?
I don't think TJ would go to a party that didn't have a crucified Jesus statue watching over the attendees.
I dip my balls into my pockets as we walk. Meanwhile, Leo is out driving around with his new friends and going to actual Peyton parties. Probably.
Way I see it, most people don't actually play football for the game in high school. It is all about, like, the status.
I tried messaging him earlier because I wanted to talk to him about something pretty big, like. He said he was busy and never got back to me. Carl looks over. I can see him canting his head curiously in my direction. Leo of the old days was so much different, like all Big Brother like, dropping everything he was doing when we needed help.
Well, would you do the same for him, dude?
I blink once, taking a second as I recall how selfish I'm sounding. However, I nod. Yeah, of course.
Sure.
I'm serious. Carl's lips thin along his muzzle as he merely nods ahead.
Sure.
I grunt.
What was the pretty big like thing that had you all coinced about?
I exhale. I exhale, shaking my head quickly. Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Whatever you say, dude.
He shrugs, and we walk in silence for a few minutes. I wonder if Leo thinks we're not cool. Carl actually turns to look at me, then quickly averts his gaze to the ground.
Dude. I'd think that after all the shit we've been through, that wouldn't matter.
The serious statement from him takes me off guard, and I feel instantly guilty for broaching that topic. I nod solemnly. Another long pause drifting between us. Yeah. Carl tells me more about 3D Virtue Chats, a stand in for maybe VR chat, and some girls he met on there as we walk. Girls being stated in with quotation fingers each time. Remember, everyone, during this time period, the baseline assumption was everybody online is a guy. It's just that era of the internet. I had tried talking with guys online myself, though, like Carl, never with my real identity. I remember I was feeling lonely 2 months ago and posted a personal M/M, male on male ad on the Peyton List website. 18-year-old daughter here looking for friend/mentor was the tagline. I included a cropped and photoshopped picture of myself at the Peyton Rec Center pool, face blurred. Since I went through puberty a couple of years ago, I was pretty sure I could pass for 18 if my face was hidden. I was wrong. My post was taken down and I got a few emails from administrators asking all sorts of questions. It really hasn't been my best past few months. Yeah. This is actually something that comes up all the time. So, teenagers. Let's go into something really important here. So, teenagers pretty regularly infiltrate 18 plus areas, especially when you can do so anonymously. And they'll, see a lot of, we'll say, not safe for work stuff. And they will post pictures of themselves, sometimes in very not safe for work ways. Now, this is a problem because many states will take the stance that something being in a chat room that you are in for 1 nanosecond is enough to get you hit with felonies. It doesn't matter if this person's male or female, all that matters is their age. So when it comes to services that are involved with dating and sex and stuff like that in relationships, whatever that is, Personality Cafe, Grindr, anything, any kind of website, any kind of service, they really have a vested interest in making absolutely certain that the people using their services are not only 18, at least. No 17 and 11 months random, Republican politician who was arguing that, like, some girl they were dating was 17 and 6 months or some shit. You start counting people's age in months, you're doing something wrong. But yeah, so the big thing is in some states they will say, hey, you didn't seek this out, it was just there, and they don't prosecute. Other states are, if it is on your computer, even in temporary stuff, and just showed up there because some kid got into an 18 plus chat and posted a picture of themselves and it was immediately deleted by admin, which happens all the time, you get prosecuted for it. So it's just one of those things where depending on the state you're in, there can be pretty big problems. But this is a constant issue with teenagers because, as demonstrated by Chase. Yeah, don't have that stuff on your computer. Don't go looking for that stuff. That's not great. It's not okay. And if there's teenagers watching this, just please be aware that I know you won't really care, but the consequences for your actions can result in that, like, 18, 19, 20-year-old guy you really like going to prison and suffering lifelong consequences. So just, keep that in mind. I mean, it's like, I know you want to go have fun. There are teenager spaces that you can stay in and have your fun. Okay? So don't go to the 18 plus spaces until you are 18. I know this is kind of like just... I know this isn't going to matter because, like, what was the first thing we did as teenagers whenever there was an age gate? We just lied. So, but yeah, a lot of admin gets really effective at noticing that person's a, that person's a teenager, and then deleting their stuff, even if they don't see anything that's inappropriate. The other thing that is super, super important is this. This is where things get a little dark. The reason a lot of this is on the books, the reason a lot of this is illegal, is because teenagers typically haven't had the life experiences or understand the world enough. They think they do, but they don't typically, unless they've had horrible things happen to them. But teenagers typically don't understand all the red flags, and they're far more willing to take risks. So teenagers are more likely to be contacted by someone, and that someone says, well, probably not, and that someone's like, they'll manipulate them over time and make them really trust them. They'll be like, well, why don't you just get into my car and we'll go to this party? And maybe they do drive to the party, but the party's going to be like an underground event. Not like literally underground, but just not an official thing. So no one's going to know where they are. No one's going to know what's going on. And then maybe the teenager's phone disappears, so now there's no way to track them at some point. Maybe after they've been given substances, if you get what I'm going for. And then the next thing you know, the teenager's on a missing list because they just got trafficked to a different state. So this is a very big issue that you need to be aware of. Yeah, when they say stranger danger, they are not kidding. That is a very big thing, and it happens constantly. To the point that if you ever work at a hospital, the hospital will have an entire section. If you work with anything with the general public, they'll have an entire section that is literally just dedicated training to how to detect if somebody's being trafficked. So it's just a really big issue. It's one of the major reasons that we really don't want teenage and adults occupying the same spaces, because it just makes it easier for bad actors to do horrible things. There was this like random video chat service. Do you remember what that was, Tats? Terry? He was like Omegle or something.
Oh yeah, Omegle, yeah, and it got shut down.
Yeah, so here's the thing. It didn't get shut down. That implies that like someone outside of Omegle shut them down. Instead, the people who ran Omegle saw that their service was being used for a lot of human trafficking and a lot of like drug exchange. And then they basically just killed it. Because they tried regulating it and stopping this bad stuff from happening. And when they realized, well, we can't really stop it from happening because it's supposed to just be purely random peer-to-peer, they just said, well, we can't really continue doing this, so this has got to go. And so it was closed, so the owners destroyed it because they had a moral conundrum that they just couldn't answer. They couldn't solve. I mean, if you think about it, the only way you possibly could solve it would be if you recorded every single interaction and watched every single interaction. And now think about that as it's peer-to-peer, I think. I don't know how it actually worked, but I'm just going to assume it was peer-to-peer. So you have potentially billions of interactions going on every year. So it's just not realistic. You'd have to have something like, you'd have to automate it, and then you get lots of false positives and all kinds of stuff like that. So yeah, it's just one of those things. They had a moral problem with it, so they got rid of it. But yeah, there was a lot of shady stuff going on there and a lot of inappropriate stuff. And like we talk about conventions and other events like WonderCon, they have like every single convention where teenagers and adults are going to the spaces, you will inevitably have predators there. and inappropriate stuff will happen. And usually, whenever they get caught, they get blacklisted entirely, and their names sort of get spread around all the other associated conventions. And then they basically aren't welcome at any of those. The thing that sucks is that a lot of these predators still go to those conventions, they're just not signed up. Or, worse, they have someone else, they convince someone else to purchase their ticket for them, to pick up their ticket for them, and then they basically are just like, well, that was fun, and then they hand off the badge to that person. And now this predator has full reign to just keep going around doing their things, right? Because we don't like stop people and ID them at conventions. So it's just one of those things that's really difficult to deal with these kinds of bad actors. But anyway, but just, lecture over. It's just the whole thing of this is why that happened to Chase. Even if he was literally just looking for like a mentor or a friend who's over 18, the administrators were just like, yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not appropriate. If you were 18 and looked 18, yeah, you could do that as much as you want. However, there's this thing called grooming that can definitely happen. You have somebody who is trying to take someone underage and sort of manipulate and train them into, being someone who will want to sleep with them and do things with them as soon as they turn 18, So, yeah. It's not good. Anyway, back to the game. Eventually, we reach the Parsons building, an establishment that closed many of my lifetimes ago, from the looks of it. About 10 or so cars and motorcycles are parked alongside the building. The neon blue light emanates from the inside. The thump of bass is palpable, even out here on the road. I look over at Carl. All his lackadaisy demeanor on the way here has been replaced by high-lipped tension. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty similar. This does not look like a Christ camp affair. I don't see anyone outside. I don't see anyone outside here. Maybe everyone's inside? Carl shrugs.
Maybe. We just got to get in and look for TJ's little gray ass. Or, his face. Any idea what we should say when we see him?
Hi, TJ. Is a good start.
Oh, okay, sounds good.
Cool. Neither of us moves.
Dude. God. Dude. What if it's a rave?
Do people actually still have raves?
I don't know, but I'm getting really bad vampire cult vibes from all this. Let's check around the back first, alright? BOOM! Oh, what the fuck?
What the fuck? Carl practically leaps, swatting at the rear around him as he gets some distance.
Hi, guys. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, Carl. I didn't know I'd scared you that badly. You shouldn't use those kinds of words, though.
Carl stares wide-eyed at the sheeted visage before his eyes go to a lull.
Oh. Hey, TJ.
I legitimately thought you were about to start bleeding there, Carl.
Real speeches, dude.
What's up, TJ? Are you dressed like a ghost?
My mom dropped me off about 2 minutes ago, but she had to go pick up something for Dad and left. I can't believe you guys walked here. Mom would have given you a ride if you asked. Not that I'm against you guys getting exercise or anything. Um,
I think Carl winces slightly.
it's because you're fat, Carl.
Fuck you, dude. Not fat. I'm big boned. Got big horns.
What? Oh, I eat a lot of carbs. Shut up.
Yeah, you know how much grass it takes to maintain all this?
Hey, you think grass runs? No, it doesn't.
As for the costume, my mom and I put this together at the last minute. I didn't get to go trick-or-treating yesterday because of church stuff, so Mom said now would be my chance with this party.
Even under all the fabric, I can still picture TJ grinning cheerfully. It is such a contrast to the past few hours with Carl. A contrast to this whole day, actually. That's very considerate of your mother, TJ, but, never mind.
How did you get invited to this, but not us?
TJ crooks his ghostly head curiously to the side.
My mom just told me she heard about this fun get-together here and said it would be a good way to treat myself after volunteering yesterday. I didn't really think I needed one.
There's a pause.
Oh gosh, I've never crashed a party before. Should we just go home?
Carl and I exchange a look. I'm about to speak when TJ quickly interjects.
I thought I saw Leo here when my mom pulled up, actually. He was by the parking lot with someone else, but when I got out, I couldn't find him.
That's weird. He's probably avoiding us.
Yeah, he's probably avoiding us because he doesn't think we're cool.
That's right. I mean, we've got the dork who thinks trolling is funny. We've got the dork who is wearing a sheet to something that probably doesn't actually require a costume. And we have Chase, the dorkiest of all dorks.
He is the dorky dork. He is the dorkiest dork of the dorky dorks.
Yes, the dorky dorks.
He didn't mention anything about going to this tonight, so it surprised me.
Well, you didn't tell me about this either.
I see TJ shift beneath his costume.
It was short notice. I didn't think you'd have a costume or anything, or would want to come.
The ram holds up the flat of his paws to the sheeted one.
It's fine, TJ. I get it.
Carl steps off the road and onto the smooth concrete of the entranceway, trying to get a stealthy look inside from afar.
I mean, it's okay to have a +1 if Leo's here, right? But there are 3 of us.
See Leo in there, Carl? Carl is silent for a long moment.
I see Jack.
Who? Carl looks back to me.
Jack shit. You might know him.
I furrow my brow at Carl. TJ physically covers his ears with his enshrouded paws. I hear the lynx mutter a faint, "Stop."
It's weird that we've been out here this whole time and no one has come outside. Like, I'd assume people would want to come out for, like, air, to smoke, and make out.
They might be doing that inside.
What?
TJ's eyes bulge. You can see them through the little cutouts.
It's like little cartoon ones that just kind of bulge out from the little eye holes.
Remember that family of remember that family where like they could push their eyes slightly out of their sockets? I just assume that's what's happening with TJ.
A bulged eye, a bulgy-eyed lynx is a brand new species. It's how it scares predators away.
Dude, I remember. I forget the talk show that was on, but like the lady did it, and then the host started laughing. Was like, it was like, is that what you do whenever the cashier tells you the price of your groceries?
Dude, just imagine that poor lady doing that today. She goes to the grocery
Yeah.
store. The price for this carton of milk is going to be $5.99. Those eyes just go.
Like, she tries it so hard, one of her eyes just shoots out of the eye socket.
You see the optical nerve go. Pew. So it's like Evil Dead.
yeah. Flies in the cashier's mouth.
And then
I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul.
I'll swallow your soul.
Yeah.
Oh.
DJ's eyes bulge.
What kind of party is this?
TJ brings his paws together, wringing them as he looks at us expectantly. We don't know, TJ. I kinda hope that you would.
The sort that Leo and TJ go to without inviting or even telling us about, apparently.
Bitterness still hangs in Carl's tone as he rocks nervously upon his hooves. I'm honestly still upset about it myself, too. This sort of thing I'd like us to do. This is the sort of thing I'd like us to do together. Our first real party. As a group. I don't feel nearly as confident without at least Leo with us. By the way TJ and Carl are acting, I think it's the same for them too. Suppose Leo just has that effect on people. Great, my mom is calling.
Damn, my
Who
mom's
the hell
calling.
are you, you little bastard?
Answer.
God. How the hell am I even going to get how the hell am I even getting bars out here? Fuck this. I hit ignore and walk past Carl towards the blinding cyan lights of the broken entryway.
Dude, wait!
Jace!
I step inside and I'm instantly greeted with the musty smell of dozens of years of structural decay. The scent of dust, drywall, and stray fiberglass insulation mixes with the more modern aromas of alcohol, perfume, and hot wax. Looking around, there are actually quite a few lit candles lying about, their flames contrasting with the colored gel, matted halogen lighting. Whoever set this up must be a theater tech kid. With all the candles, I actually agree with Carl's notion that this is a bit vampire culty feeling. The music certainly isn't helping. I had expected something a lot more, I don't know. Leo calls it oompa oompa music. The stuff with trumpets and accordions we get on the Spanish stations.
Mean ska?
Maybe. Still, no sign of anyone. This is actually getting kind of spooky.
Hey, wait up, Chase!
DJ and Carl come bounding in behind me.
The acoustics in here are nuts! 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 Nuts.
Why is it
Nuts.
empty? Empty.
I don't know. I don't hear anyone yet.
Imagine doing that. It's going to take like 3 times as
Oh
long to
my
actually
god,
get
this
through
would
this.
just take absolutely forever.
That's weird.
Well, let's split up, gang, and search for clues.
TJ and I both look over at Carl, who has a flat expression on his face.
I'm joking. I'm literally fine with us holding tilts chainsaw at this point.
I'm okay with just walking normally.
With that, TJ steps up. Following in tow, we walk around the corner, through the cobwebbed hallway, and into the main manufacturing floor. Here we finally see some people. This is certainly no rave. I count only about 15 or so people at the far end of the room and a few more in the rooms behind them. Most seem to be surrounding a metal keg, though a group of about 6 girls looks to be gathered around what looks like a yearbook. I only recognize 1 or 2 of them, and even then only vaguely.
I think I see Heather over there by the barrel thing.
TJ points a sheeted paw towards the feline girl by the keg. Heather has a blue solo cup in hand and is laughing at one of the guys around her. Heather is one of the girls who rides our bus. She lives out on the outskirts of Echo. She's not really part of our group. I just know her from Dad. I just know her dad is responsible for maintaining the reservoir dam. I have a feeling what's in the keg isn't fruit punch, and pretty boggled at how TJ's mom was the one to send him here. It's called jungle juice, Chase. It's... Jeez, what is jungle juice? I had it in college. Oh my, what is this? Can't type.
I think
What
there's
is
like
it?
another
So
one
just-
called like a Mojave or something.
Okay, it looks like a handle of vodka. No, a fist of vodka. A fist of rum. A fist of tequila. Mixed with fruit juices, punch concentrates, sodas like lemon lime, Mountain Dew, Sprite, and then adding in just a bunch of like fresh fruit and stuff like that. And the thing about jungle juice that's so fantastic is you can get really, really drunk with it, and you won't taste much of the alcohol. So that's what it is. That's what it is, TJ. Enjoy.
It's probably also it could also be a mojito.
Yeah, that's true. I have no idea what that is.
It could just be a whole lot of buttery nipple.
Mmm. Meanwhile, looking at Carl, I see that pretty much all of his snark has dissipated once again. He stands in the doorway of the hall. The people in front start to notice us, nudging their friends and pointing. Some snicker, though most just look confused. Especially at TJ in his ghost costume. Feeling eyes upon him, the lynx lifts up his sheeted arms.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
He approaches the grouping in character.
Happy day of the dead.
I don't think he knows what that even is. The confused expressions seem to amplify. As TJ nears, it looks like he's attempting to hug Heather. Having not been paying much attention behind her, she turns right at the last second, the lynx wrapping his ghostly arms around her in a tight hug.
It's kind of hard for her
She's-
not to notice the.
Yeah, but I mean, you get like tunnel vision at parties. She screams, and all eyes shift to her and TJ. Get the fuck off me! Oh God! The surprised lynx lurches back with a startle, right as Heather shoves his chest. He goes colliding into the floor with a hard thump, dust spraying everywhere. The others around Heather exclaim distress.
What the fuck,
What the
man?
fuck? Yeah, what the fuck, man? Who are you? Get off her, you fucking creep. Emilia, go get Derek. Heather, it's just TJ. Despite my shouting, I don't think anyone hears me, or at least understands me. They mostly all sound inebriated, judging from the slurs in their voices. I see one of the girls at the yearbook table get up and fast walk into the back rooms. I try to run up to TJ's side, but a large coyote steps in from the back room and blocks my path. He has a look in his eyes that seems to say he's looking for a fight. TJ, meanwhile, lies on the floor with his white sheet coated in factory dust. From the sniffling sounds I hear from beneath the costume, I can tell he's crying. A stumbling coyote girl nudges him with her foot before emptying the contents of her cup onto his sheeted head. Another, equally drunk wolf attempts to pull her back, nearly tipping them both over. She puts on a dazed expression of motherly scolding. Yo, Maria, what the fuck? Don't pour booze on the rape ghost. We honor our dead bad touchers on this night. For some reason, this comment makes the fox fellow next to Heather bristle. Heather, this the guy you was talking to me about? Fucker, who? His fists clench. Heather, meanwhile, seems to be crying now, too. For some reason, her mascara matting the fur around her eyes. She just keeps repeating, I can't fucking believe this, over and over again while her friends try to console her. What the hell are you talking about? Leave him alone. The older coyote in front of me is not having any of it. He snarls. We're sick of you sick fuckers. I don't know any of you besides her. Someone next to Heather yells back, You leave Heather the fuck out. You leave Heather the fuck alone, Musk shit. I look behind me and see that Carl is no longer in the doorway, or in here with us. Fox guy seems to be trying to drag TJ now, limply smacking his sheeted head as the lynx tries to pull back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is a misunderstanding or something. Fuck, Leo. Leo, you here? The coyote grabs my shirt, pulling at me with enough force that my muzzle ends up smacking into his trucker hat brim and knocking it off his head. I manage to swat his paw away, though not before one of the girls screams in my direction. Oh my god, he's attacking Derek! What the hell? No, I'm not! With Derek snarling at me as he recombobulates, I weigh my options. I legitimately don't know how to fight. Flynn said that I wouldn't be good at it even if I tried because of my shitty otter arms. I look down at my arms. They are rather shitty. I just have to go get help. The cacophony of screaming and snarling from around TJ is insane. These people are on fucking drugs or something. I hold up the flat of my paws to the de-hatted coyote. I'm not trying to fight you, I just want to get to... Coyote thrusts his arm out, getting a glancing blow with his fist against my chest. Stumbling back, I scramble to my feet, taking one final look at the fetal position TJ before turning to run. The coyote latches onto my shoulder, yanking me back. Something hard smacks into my skull and I feel my mind rattle. I lurch back, essentially butt-thumping the coyote as my ears ring from the prior blow. I feel like I'm walking like a zombie now, staggering towards the door as my vision blurs. Is this what being knocked out feels like? I clench my fists and keep up my pace, trying to blink the blurriness away. Eventually I reach the entrance. As I reach the outside, my knees lock and I drop to the concrete. The impact rattles my bones as I catch myself with my wrists, just barely managing to avoid falling directly onto my muzzle. I take a deep breath. I'm still conscious, at least half conscious. I continue crawling, trying to ignore the throbbing pain. Carl, that kills people.
That's what I always think of too.
Shouting now, my voice sounds foreign to me, shrill, childlike, pathetic, and increasingly hoarse. Leo. My voice shouldn't be this croaky.
You've
barely talk
missed
today.
an opportunity here.
What's that?
Leo, whoa, 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 whoa.
Leo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Dots. I'm in the middle of the road now. Where's Carl? More dots. I should get out of here before a car comes. I pull myself along the asphalt, feeling my skin scrape beneath my fur. I want to stand, but I'll probably just fall again. And so I keep crawling, rolling into what seems like a sort of a detention basin. I stare up at the sky, fighting the sudden fatigue and gritting my teeth through the pain. At first, I think it's blood that got into my eyes, but upon rubbing them, I realize this isn't the case. The sky is different. Like someone slapped one of those colored gel matte filters over it. What the hell? I rub my eyes again, attempting to focus. I can't stay here. TJ is in deep shit. Those idiots, those assholes. Sucking in a sharp breath through my teeth, I rise to stand, praying my knees don't lock up again. Find Carl. Find Leo. I stumble out into the detention basin, feeling packed soil beneath my feet. A dirt road. Looking behind me, I realize I must have crawled farther than I thought. Parsons looks over a mile away? That can't be right. Huh. I see a van ahead. It looks rusted and old, but there's a light on inside. I step stiff-leggedly down the road a ways, reaching the bend where the vehicle sits. The same redness that the sky is tinted with pulsates from the interior. I try to speak, but no words come from my throat. It's like a dream. I want to do the rational thing and announce myself, but I can't. I move closer, peering into the dusty back window. Inside the window is another window, and inside that window is another window, and a window in the window, and a window. Inside the window is another window, and in that window a little red dot in the corner. Flashing on and off. In the window, within a window, within another window, there is a writhing flashes of fur contorted and undulating in constant restless motion. Something is trying to hold it in place. I hear a clap and a cry. The clapping continues, louder now, rhythmic yet singular applause. "This is what you want?" says the voice that cried. I stare, slowly finding the will to speak. "No, but I want to help my friends." "Do you know where they are?" The voice shifts some, more urgent. "I hear gunfire coming from the town. It's real bad." "Gunfire? I didn't hear anything. Please help me find my friends." "We can't find them all now. We need to go. They're lost." No, they're not. I'll keep looking myself." "You're just going in circles." Roll credits. This is Echo.
Mhm.
I feel tears well within my eyes, a lump in my throat containing a choked sob. Please. The van's back door opens. I'm standing too close and they push me in onto my back. The red light is gone now, replaced by darkness, shifting shadows within. I see them now. Tarantulas. Their 8 legs fuzzed with white and rust-colored stripes. They're on me with haste. 2 of them, one on each of my arms. They bite so hard, so quickly I can't yell. They pull and tug at me. Another pair at my legs. I'm pulled up and into the van. My body stretched upon a squishy something that begins to sink against my arms and legs. There's no more light, and I stare, paralyzed, at what I think is the ceiling of the van in the pitch blackness. It feels like restraints are binding me in place. I try to adjust my eyes to the darkness, but everything is blurry and unclear. My head throbs like a heartbeat, the pangs of pain unrelenting. My fur bristles. Where did the spiders go? Breathing becomes more difficult as the oxygen in the van is running out. I feel the veins in my neck bulge as I try to gasp for large breaths, but my body is not my own. Lights pop as the ringing in my ears intensifies. Something is above me. I can sense it. There's a garbled muttering coming from it, as if spoken through a poorly tuned AM radio. It sounds like me. Never have I ever killed someone.